so.
Brian's gone out of here with 6 supermarket bags full of food, something he hasn't been able to do for more than 4 years. It's not only about having food. Even though Brian hasn't actually paid for it, he feels like he's got spending power again. While he's got those bags, he's like everyone else on the high street. For Brian, at least, there's a real sense in which spending and happiness are connected. Obviously, most of us fall somewhere between Brian's pocket full of nothingness and John Caldwell's billions. We have money to spend, but what we do with it is very different. Is one sort of spending better or more satisfying than another? I've asked 2 families to be completely open about their finances. The Jameses are bargain hunters. The Saunders are unashamed label lovers. Could adopting each other's spending habits make them happier? Sharon Saunders and her husband Chris live outside Manchester with Hannah, who's 15, and 11-year-old Izzy. They know exactly how to spend their money to be happy.
Urban Outfitters, Kurt Geiger, Miss Selfridge, MAC, Converse, Vivienne Westwood, Pandora earrings.
We're not Primark shoppers. If we're going shopping, we go to the nice shops, yeah.
For the Saunders, nice shops are the ones that sell the brands they like best.
This is my Gucci watch. Loved it for ages and ages.
Nice things make them very happy indeed.
It just smells lovely. It's just lovely. It's just, you know you've got quality with that.
Now Sharon's leaving home for a couple of days to make the 100-mile trip to Nuneaton to stay with the James family, who pride themselves on being bargain hunters.
Oh, going into somebody else's house and spending time with a family that I don't know.
I wanted to investigate exactly how the James family lives.
Is that the house?
Question their values and judge if their version of spending could make her happier than her own.
Oh my God.
The family have vacated their house for the morning, giving Sharon open access to see how they spend their money.
Oh, all this stuff. It's very, very busy. There's no room to manoeuvre.
Both families enjoy shopping, but what they buy is very different.
I couldn't live like this. It's a nice family photo.
Sharon buys luxury brands.
Oh, she loves her ornaments, doesn't she?
The Jameses are bargain hunters.
They're definitely collectors, aren't they?
On an epic scale.
Collectors of I'm going to say knickknacks.
For Sharon to know everything about them, the Jameses have left her a line-by-line account of their finances.
OK, total household income at 18,000. Anthony's 11 and Catherine's 7.
The Jameses' house is full of bargains, yet they earn less than a third of Sharon's family income.
See, I thought I was a low earner. Total Christmas, 400. What can you get for £400 at Christmas? Hannah's MacBook was £850. Total birthdays, 250. We are careful with money. I think our money is best off in the bank, and I don't really like going to the cash point to take money out. Bonkers. I'm really responsible when it comes to money. I'm overpaying on the mortgage. It should be cleared within 5 years. I'm sorry, you might not be here in 5 years' time and you've used all your money on your mortgage. No, I want to save for our future. This is the future. Yesterday was the past.
They might be savers on many things, but Sharon spotted something she thinks is a total waste of their money.
Takeaways. Goodness me, £80 to £100 a month in takeaways. Surely not.
Having seen their house and their finances, Sharon now knows more about the Jameses than most of us do about our closest friends and family.
Hiya. Hello. Hello, you. Oh, look at your curly hair. Hi.
And this is Anthony.
Hi,
How do you
Anthony.
do?
Oh, pleased to meet you. They're for you, Kate.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The Jameses insist they're careful with money, but how have they managed to buy so much stuff? Sharon's about to find out, And for someone who loves spending on designer goods in a shopping centre, this is uncharted territory. Maybe she'll love it.
It looks like a load of old rubbish to me.
Okay. How much for the book? £1? Do you accept 50p?
Go on then.
Why would you come here? Why? Could they not buy this stuff from a shop and just have a much nicer shopping experience?
Oh dear, maybe not.
This is about the fun of buying it. The joy in this purchase is finding it. The joy is walking around, you know, a mad place like a car boot and just hunting for things. And that's a wonderful, wonderful way of finding something.
Yeah, this doesn't really work for me, Anthony. This isn't a pleasurable experience at all. I've come here, I've seen a lot of strange people mulling about. I see lots of nasty things that people are trying to sell. It's just a load of old rubbish. I couldn't personally bring any of this stuff into my house. I actually feel a bit sick at the thought of it, really.
Right, gosh. I disagree. I pity you in some respects, if I'm maybe so bold as to say that, because I think that you're limiting your experience of life. This is as much life as walking around a shop. This is just a different kind of shop where things are old rather than new. If something's nasty, you leave it here, you don't buy it. It won't end. I'm sure I'll be doing this until I pass away, because I get so much pleasure from it. Yeah, I don't think she enjoyed it at all.
There you go, Anthony's idea of bliss is a car boot sale. Lucky Anthony, while Sharon, and who shall blame her, can't wait to get away. It shows that where we shop is just as important as what we intend to buy, and just being in a particular shop can give a person a sense of achievement and well-being. Yes, some people will go to any length in order to spend their money in the shops that make them feel special.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Meet Katie.
I understand this is your spiritual home, isn't it?
It is. Come on in.
Katie earns $100,000 a year from her PR consultancy. She's lived in Sidcup all her life, but as her income's changed, so did her taste. She outgrew her local shops and was determined to do something about it.
So you campaigned for this Waitrose.
Do I want another pound shop? I'll go in a pound shop. I don't want two. One's enough. So I really wanted somewhere that...
Raised the tone?
It did. Yeah, that sounds really middle class, doesn't it?
Yeah. When you were growing up, was this the sort of supermarket you shopped in?
Hell no.
Really?
Yeah, we wouldn't have come to Waitrose.
Because?
We went to a Sainsbury's, which is the local supermarket, really.
Does your mother shop in here?
No, not really. I think she possibly feel a bit uncomfortable in here. There's a Morrison's around the corner, so she goes in there.
Yes, Katie now shops in a different place to her mother. She's buying a different lifestyle.
You know, my mother would never have a cleaner.
Why?
Because you're paying someone to clean up after you. It's a bit rude. My son thinks it's normal to have a cleaner, and I'm not sure I like that so much.
Katie's used her income to leave her roots behind and move her family into a higher social group.
What do you spend a lot of money on?
Private schooling.
Really?
Yes.
What does that cost you a year?
For one child, around 9,000-10,000, which is cheap compared to some.
Does it bring you happiness?
Yeah, it does.
But will she be able to keep up with that group?
When my friends start saying to me, we have a holiday home, you must get a holiday home, I think, whoa, that's the next step. I've just realised I've got chorizo on my pizza, and that's slightly middle class.
Slightly?
Well, my sons like it.
Of course they do. They're at private school. Probably the other children have it in their sandwiches.
The irony is that Katie's lifestyle choices, including private education for her kids, mean that despite campaigning to open a Waitrose, Katie can't afford to do all her shopping there.
I won't do a full shopping here. I'll split it between here and probably the local Tesco's.
And although Katie's disciplined with her spending, not everyone is. The UK's level of personal debt is rising. Does that mean people are stretching their budgets to buy a new lifestyle, rewarding themselves with luxury they can't really afford? In Nuneaton, it's bedtime for Bethany, and Anthony's ordered in his regular favourite treat.
Dinner is served.
Something Sharon's family rarely do.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, so you spend approximately between £80 and £100 a month on takeout. Have you actually, have you realised that that's how much you spend?
It doesn't surprise me.
The Jameses earn $18,000 a year, yet spend 1,000 of that on takeaways.
That would fill me with dread.
Then I do not care. Then I'll just say, that's why I'm out there working on it. That's why I'm getting up at 6 o'clock and driving to wherever and doing whatever. I want to enjoy that money.
So what part of the takeaway do you enjoy? Do you enjoy the anticipation of it arriving? Do you enjoy the feeling afterwards when you know you've eaten well?
All of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All of it. Yeah. It's just it's a moment where it says, you've earned that money. You've worked really hard. This is for you. This is so you can sit back and be part of the human race. I think it's wise that we do this for our souls, not for our bank balances.
But Kate is a die-hard saver, so splashing out this way certainly doesn't make her happy.
I wouldn't eat as many takeaways as we do if
Feel she could now?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd never stop you from having your takeaways, but I also
Us from having our takeaways.
Us from having our takeaways. But I also look at the health aspect, and it's it's not the healthiest food.
Certainly isn't.
So that's why.
Maybe that's one of the reasons I quite like it, though.
In fact, while Anthony loves to spend money on takeaways and car boot sales,
Who can go the highest?
Kate's version of happiness is completely different. She's a saver. The only kind of spending that makes her really happy is to overpay on the mortgage.
You run a very tight ship, don't you, with your money, and I think you do really well. However, that extra £130 that you spend on your mortgage in order to pay it off, would you not feel that could be spent elsewhere at the moment,
It makes more sense to just pay it off. It's all to do with how I feel inside as much as anything, and I feel much more secure knowing that I'm overpaying. I'm not just doing the bare minimum, I'm going beyond.
Yes.
Would it not make you happy?
No, not at all. The mortgage is a mortgage, that's it. They're not getting any more off us, and the rest of the money's for us to enjoy our time and to be able to say yes to the girls more often than we say no. I like my life. My life's great, and I don't want to live like Kate. That would make me very miserable.
Kate and Sharon couldn't be more at odds when it comes to money. But then even the Jameses have different spending priorities to each other. Within families, it's not unusual. Believe me, that's something I know all about. Take my daughter Emma and I. We love going shopping together.
OK, I wanted to try that on.
We couldn't be more opposite.
Very flattering for a tablecloth.
I adore classic, beautiful, timeless pieces, whatever they cost. I think they're worth it.
You've got about 6 of that.
She hates spending and will walk 10 miles to get a bargain.
This could be hours and hours and hours. They might give us a futon to sleep tonight here, and she still mightn't have found the navy tights that I could zero in on in the next 10 seconds.
Go on, you work your magic then. You find them.
No, I'm not going to disturb your pleasure.
When she finds one, she's ecstatic.
My little tights here are probably the biggest spend I've done in 6 months.
So, whether you're like Emma or like me, everyone is a different type of spender. Whichever one you are, bargain hunter, impulse shopper, fast fashion junkie, globetrotter, eco shopper or designer fanatic, each comes with their own set of spending rules.
So everyone's got them, some more than others. Rosie, who I'm on my way to see, describes herself as an ethical spender with a whole book of self-imposed rules.
She claims to be very careful about her spending, but with a husband who's a city banker on a 6-figure salary plus bonus, she certainly needn't be.
Hi, Anne. Nice to meet you. Come in. Would you like a cup of tea or coffee?
I'd love a cup of coffee.
Rosie, you call yourself an ethical spender. What does that involve?
I think I'm quite thoughtful about how I spend money, that the money I do spend goes to, as far as possible, a good cause. I mean, every single thing in this house has a story, and I love it.
When you're an ethical spender, what are the rules?
One thing I have been quite extravagant about are my curtains. They actually cost more than our car.
Good heavens, well, how much do they cost?
It was over £2,000. It was a big purchase.
Fortune.
Yeah. I went to lots of material shops and I said to them, I just want natural fibres. I just want everything that's not got any polyester or nylon in it. And some women would say to me, oh, it's only 10% polyester. I said, no, but I'll know that. And every time I draw them, I'll think, oh.
What will you think?
I think I was weak.
Indeed, Rosie has rules for everything, including what she refuses to buy. No big flat-screen television here. Is this from an auction house?
That is